What's up, guys? Welcome into another PHNX Sun Devils Pac-12 Power Rankings, fueled by Illegal Pete's. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always by my accomplices, Sean DePaz, Shane Diefenbach. Gents, we are in week 5. Conference play is quickly approaching. And we've got some big games in the Pac coming up here pretty soon. Let's dive into these power rankings. Sean, I'm going to start with you because it looks like you got some movement this week.
Yeah, just a little bit. Listen, Arizona their offense is just too good for me to deny them that top spot anymore. I think by a handful of metrics, they're the best offense in the country. Just a couple of big wins. The huge win over Indiana, I think, is what really did it for me. That pushed them over UCLA. Really, my only movement is just kind of places exchanging spots. Utah, USC. Utah just has another big win. Dominant win, really. I just feel like they're playing too good for me to disrespect them and put them above a USC team that has not been like blowing me away, which is kind of what I want from them. They just haven't been doing that. Colorado stays the same at 6. Oregon and Washington swap spots. I think these two teams are relatively close. I just think the difference for me is whether or not the team has players that can just kind of take over a game and beat big opponents, and I think Oregon has that. Earlier this week, they had Quincy Guerrier Syracuse guy, score 25 points, I think, and then they also had a triple-double from, what's his name?
Sure.
On Oregon?
Yeah.
Richardson?
Yes, thank you.
Will Richardson.
Richardson. He had a triple-double earlier in the week, so I just feel like they have a little bit more firepower. That's why I put them over Washington. Oregon State, Stanford, Wazoo all kind of stay the same. None of those teams really are impressive in any way. And then number 12, Gingerbread People, keeping it inclusive. I don't think gingerbread cookies get enough love around this time of year. Those things go crazy. Like, when was the last time you had a gingerbread cookie?
I'm going to be honest, I really don't like gingerbread cookies.
What? God.
I really don't.
They're so good.
I also don't like making gingerbread houses.
Yeah, no, gingerbread houses, worse than kale.
Somehow I disagree with both of you. Gingerbread cookies are mid.
They're gas.
They're so, if you get a really good one, they're great. Yeah. But if like normal ones, they have to be chewy. They can't be hard. I hate the and making gingerbread houses is elite.
No, gingerbread houses are the worst activity ever.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I don't like them.
You don't like your family.
I don't like what? Okay.
Carve a pumpkin, decorate a tree,
so
paint
the reason that for the 12th spot,
sounds terrible.
We all have something different.
Tree
is because Cal is so bad that similar to our Pac-12 football power rankings,
so tragic, man.
They're getting demoted. Cal is now 0-11. Right? They have not won a game yet. It's going to be interesting to see if they can get one in before conference play, but right now it is not trending in the right direction. Shane, let's get into your power rankings. Similar to Sean, you got a new number 1.
No, I don't. I had U
Same
of A,
number 1
last week, but we forgot to change the graphic. So U of A is number 1, UCLA number 2. There's no movement in my top 5. Oregon's moving up, and they haven't really done enough to really warrant a 6th spot, but just how good this team can be makes me think that they're going to be higher in a little bit. So we're moving them to 6. Washington and Colorado don't really deserve to fall this week, but just because of Oregon, they are. Oregon State, Washington State, and Stanford, all the bottom 3. And then Viva Las Vegas is number 12 because I'm heading there on Sunday. I'm actually heading to a place where Bobby Hurley owns property.
Really?
Yeah, he owns the entire city of Las Vegas, apparently.
Love that for you.
Out of when they're playing non-conference games.
Vegas, I'm good on Vegas, but I can only go so many times a year. Otherwise, it's not a place I can go all the time.
Yeah.
Us going for the Pac-12 tournament once a year is enough for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Completely disagree.
I mean,
go probably
we are
4
different
times
animals.
Yes.
4 times a year.
We are different.
That is absolutely wild. Okay, let's get into my Pac-12 power rankings. So much movement. Just kidding. I didn't move anybody. I didn't move a single team. No, I want to see what U of A does this weekend against a really, really good Tennessee team. I think that's going to be the test for me.
Really good Indiana team wasn't enough?
No, it wasn't actually. I think if they beat Tennessee, then they're clearly the best team in this conference. But right now, I still think UCLA is a dominant team. I still think they're going to be one of the best teams come tournament time. And they haven't done anything negative to make me want to put them below Arizona right now. So I do think those are 1A, 1B right now. It's closer than it's been in past weeks. And then you fall a little bit. Arizona State, I'm really excited to see if Bobby Hurley can get his team back level after a big win over Creighton this Sunday against San Diego. Sean, like you said, Utah is playing some of the best basketball in the conference right now, and it's hard to deny them that 4th spot, especially when I've got number 5 USC that, again, like you said, just hasn't really blown me away. In terms of the rest of the conference, you got Washington at 6, Oregon at 7. I do have Oregon at 7 above some of the teams with a similar record like Colorado, Oregon State, simply because I do think they've got the weapons down the stretch, like a Will Richardson, to actually make some noise, especially when it comes Pac-12 tournament time. Colorado had themselves a big win the other night. They're at 8, Oregon State at 9, Wazoo at 10, Stanford at 11. Man, they are just bad. They're bad right now, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Number 12, Snow Globes.
Dude,
love it.
I love Snow Globes.
Snow Globes.
I'm glad we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Again,
one of the greatest
another
inventions.
thing, we just talked about this on the show. Would love to drink the Snow Globe juice.
Nothing about that because it kind of just looks like water to me.
I'd love to be inside of a snow globe.
Yeah, that would go crazy.
That would be really
Then you
weird.
drown.
Is it all water?
Yeah.
They got a little air spot at the top.
So I'd just be like floating like water.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Before we get out of here.
With like a house beneath you. You're just like, oh.
That would be weird. So
Or maybe
SpongeBob.
you turn into like, spoiler alert, I guess, Namor from Black Panther, and you can breathe in and
That is a
out of
giant
water.
spoiler.
Not that really.
That's a pretty giant
Didn't that
spoiler.
movie just come out?
That movie just came out. That movie just came out. Like
How is that a spoiler? He can breathe in and out of water. That's not a spoiler. That's his character.
That's not a spoiler.
Okay, I don't know.
I haven't
Before we
seen
get
that.
out of here, couple big games in the Pac this weekend, not necessarily in conference play, but all eyes are going to be on U of A in Tennessee this weekend. Shane, what are your expectations for that game?
Look, Tennessee's always going to come with their length and athleticism. They're so fast paced and they're hard to beat. This is an Elite Eight matchup. I could see maybe even a Final Four matchup between a 2 and a 3 or a 2 and a 2, whatever. I expect Arizona to dominate. I think they have the best front court in the country. Umar Ballo's continued progression of a polished big man is terrifying, and Tubelis is not slowing down at all. Once they get contribution from their bench, and if they get good Kirk Risa, this game could be over by halftime. I firmly believe that Arizona is a top 5 team in this country.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, their offense is just too good. Like I said, I think they lead the country in points per game, field goal percentage, something like that. The U of A basketball Twitter put out a graphic the other day. Their offense is just too dominant. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think Arizona wins. I do think that. I agree with Shane that I think they're a top 5 team in the country.
It's going to definitely be exciting. I'm really excited to see, again, Arizona State, too, on Sunday against San Diego, because a win pretty much solidifies their spot in the AP Top 25. So you get that done, and you're in, pretty much. But that's going to do it for this week's Pac-12 Power Rankings. Guys, we'll be back next Friday. Again, these Power Rankings are fueled by Illegal Pete's. And for all your Arizona State Sun Devil news, go ahead and check out the PHNX Sun Devil Show. But for now, peace.